about that. And as every single person across the board knows,
You won't.
I love you, Howard. You're part of this family, man. I would never see you get hurt, Howard Collado. I would never do that.
Yeah, because that's not sarcastic.
No, I'm doing this all for you, man, because I know that eventually, it may not happen now, eventually you're going to learn to step up 7 days a week the way you told me you were. We had a conversation in July. You said you'd be that music man 7 days a week, and you let me down, Howard Collado.
And I pretty much was, okay? And then,
past tense,
I had to make a little more bread and butter.
Bill's
okay?
not buying
and I decided to. That's fine, Bill. You know what? I still send you all my love, Bill. I hope you're well.
JC's also sending Bill his love, yeah. And Casey, you know what? Who better to know Howard? That's why she's going to take the stand during your trial, Howard. Who better to know you than the person who's dated you, who lived with you, essentially? Casey says you attacked yourself. And you know what? This is a high-character witness. She lived with you, Howard Collado. She would know you better than anybody else does.
Character, and she associates herself with David Holliday. So, again, I even question her character.
Look at this, guys and gals. I want to bring this up, too. This is a gentleman that saved the life of David Holliday. Look at this. Sarge. Sarge was joining us also on Sunday.
Boy.
Yeah, what you got something to say against Sarge,
that's the
dude?
guy
You
who
want to
took
attack
a
Sarge
cheap
also?
shot. Okay, yeah, because I remember when he did try and restrain me, and I stopped everything when I was in David Holliday's house during the Green Room show. I stopped, and he took a sucker punch. So that's another guy who
Look how he's giving you so much,
question.
he's so polite to you, and you're so disrespectful towards him.
Oh, could we show the footage where he's kind of making fun of the blow to my eye with pulling up a boot?
Yeah, I think Sarge was he's a military man. I think that's what he was doing. He was just kind of taking care of his boots. I'll pull this up right now, Howard. Actually, to do that live. Now, guys, Sarge is about to enter the broadcast. And as you can see, look at Sarge. He's doing his Sunday on Sunday. He's got time off. He's cleaning his boot a little bit.
There you go. He was making
so
fun of the attack.
The man can't clean and polish his own boot? Is that what it is?
He was making fun of my attack is what he was doing.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
No empathy,
in the Northeast
no
right now, hold on. We're getting some bad weather. This guy doesn't have the right to polish his own boot on a Sunday afternoon?
Oh, come on. The snow's melted already. It was actually 50 yesterday here in the East Coast?
No, you know what? I'll quote John Wooden. Guys. I think Sarge was preparing himself. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, in the words of the great John Wooden. So Sarge was preparing for a snowstorm that might be inevitable this week.
Oh, come on.
This guy was getting ready for that. And Angie, you agree with Casey? Angie, I agree with you. I agree with you agreeing with Casey.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. I agree with you agreeing with Casey.
I have a quote for you, Mr. Klein, okay? When you talk, you're only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new, okay?
Depends
so, Mr.
on
Klein,
who's sharing the panel with me, if they're worth listening to, Howard.
Yeah, and I am, okay? I am.
Blanket statement. You saying you are doesn't make you someone that's suitable for me to listen to.
I'm a man of much substance, okay? I'm a man of creative substance. I'm a man of just hardcore substance. So I'm a man worthy of being listened to.
Your third word in that sentence is a lie already. You're not a man. A man.
Actually, I'm not.
A man does not ask his jury to do his fighting for him. You need to step up, Howard Collado. And thanks, Angie, from Casey. Roger, I think maybe Casey knocked Howard out. Roger, I'll tell you what, again, the way I look at that's a conjecture. That's nothing but conjecture. There's no proof that Casey had anything to do with this. As a matter of fact, Casey looked nothing like that assailant.
You know what, Roger?
Big, strong, burly guy. That didn't look like Casey at all.
Look, that statement is not. It's partially true. Actually, she did knock me out emotionally. She knocked me out.
Yeah,
she did.
Thankfully, she did that.
I've been healing.
Want to be tied up in the cobweb that is Howard Collado. She didn't want to have to live a life with you, Howard Collado.
Actually, the life I provided and that I created around her was one of harmony, peace, and beauty.
Then why did she leave you? Why did she leave you if that's the case? Oh.
Well, because she probably got conned by David Holliday. That's pretty much what happened.
But wait a minute. If the life was so harmonious, she would have looked past David Holliday. And I know it's pretty tough because he's a charismatic, handsome guy. Look, are you kidding me? Casey agrees. Are you kidding me? And you know what? Are you talking about Antonio Inoki? Antonio's back in town and he attacked. I don't think Antonio Inoki, the guy who runs New Japan Pro Wrestling, would do that to Howard. I don't think that at all. Mindy, I'm torn. Howard did show up at David's house with a knife. Maybe David had to hire defense. I think so. Mindy, bingo. Mindy, you are right.
Could I clarify?
You are right, Mindy. Mindy, you're intelligent. You're smart. That's a great comment. Yes, It was self-defense on David's part. And you know what? Go ahead, Howard. I want to bring up some other video. I want to bring up some other video.
I went to go have a conversation with David. The knife I had was for self-defense because David also has some quick hands, okay? And that's why that's the only reason I had a knife, okay? I went there to have a civil conversation. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, I was also chopping some steak before I left the house.
Check this out.
I was in a rush.
You're talking about being hardcore. Have you ever mentioned once this supposed new girlfriend you have, Mari? You never brought her name up once. And that goes to show me that you used her. You used her because you knew that her brother Jarrell had it in for Mickey. And he would do anything for her and therefore maybe take care of Holiday as well. Guys, a video is worth a million words, not even 1,000. I'm going to bring this up. This is some evidence, guys and gals. Check out what Howard Collado did. Don't trust me. Don't listen to me. I pull up videos. Look at this. Yeah, you guys remember this? This is Howard in the broom closet of David Holliday's house.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, this is Howard Collado in the broom closet of David Holiday.
Yeah, I was going to have a conversation with the guy. That's all. Yes,
look at David. He's got his Christmas hat on.
Yeah,
he's just trying to figure out what kind of issue you have. He's trying to work it out with you. He's saying Howard.
I was thinking we'd have a conversation. We'll hug it out, and we'll probably chop some steak together.
That thought erased. That thought kind of like just escaped my mind when I saw you with a knife. It left my mind and left my psyche right away.
David likes steak. And we were going to maybe chop something up after we had a conversation. That's
David
all.
likes steak, but you know what, man? Let me tell you, all you've been is literally the proverbial steak because every dog has chewed you out as if you're nothing more than a T-bone. And look at David worrying for his life.
I'm
look
good.
At Holiday. Look, he notices
so.
somebody, and Howard's going to try to, of course, do what he can to kind of dilute this footage. You can't dilute this. A video is worth a million words. Howard Collado is about to step out, guys and gals.
I was admiring his house, too. Closet. He has a beautiful house.
And a beautiful broom closet that you soiled with your appearance there. Howard Collado is about to exit this broom closet. And look at David Holiday. Look at him begging Howard off. Howard is devious. He's smiling. He's laughing about all this.
I'm smiling because I was overwhelmed by the beauty of his house. It's a really beautiful house.
Is that what you just
Not at all. Hey,
break it into
hand to the Bible. Okay, it was a beautiful house. I was enamored of it. There was beautiful art there. I could say whatever you want about David.
I agree with Bill. Howard, you were looking for a fight. Is that what it was?
I was not. I went there for a civil conversation, okay, and to maybe chop up steak if he wanted to eat afterward.
Right?
Yeah.
With a knife.
Yeah. That's a good knife to chopping up steak.
Let's be as far fetched as you are. Let me lower myself to your standards, Mr. Collado. So according to you, you're walking out there. You want to cook David Holiday a steak.
Yeah.
Why would David Holiday be petrified in fear? Maybe it's because you're holding a knife charging at him?
Hey,
why would Sarge tackle you to the ground? Maybe it's because David Holiday knew that you were stalking him?
Nope.
I mean, Howard Collado, it doesn't add up, my friend.
You know what? Guilty men act very impulsively and very irrationally. And David, I'm sorry, is a guilty man. But I went there to clear it up. I was going to tell him, look, let's just try and get past this. But he's a guilty man, so he's not going to act rational. He's going to act irrational, okay? He has guilt in his breath, all right? He has guilt in his being, okay? So that's exactly what you were seeing there, a man scared because he knows he's guilty.
Look at this, guys. This is an episode of, and I want to just bring this up because this is a preview and a review show. Howard Collado has shown up on Maintaining the Truth many times, as you can see him playing here in the background. And Paul is bewildered. Look, Paul doesn't even understand what Howard's doing. He's kind of nodding to me as I'm texting him. I'm telling Paul, just give Howard a chance. Look, he wants him out. He wants him off the broadcast. He gave me he kicked him off right there. You saw that? He took him off the broadcast.
Drumming along. That's called air
Get
drum.
him out of here. I don't want him on.
Nope,
guys, Maintaining the Truth is on every Wednesday.
Again,
you know what?
Yes.
You know what? If I pull up some more footage, guys, during this preview and review show, I want to let you know that it's not just about Howard Collado and his pursuit of being the host of the Green Room. No. It's much more than that. We have great conversations across the board. This is Face Value, guys and gals. Face Value with Bill DeMott and yours truly, Avi Klein. And I want Howard Collado to eat his heart out over here because look what's going on. During this segment last Tuesday and every Tuesday during this last month of December, David Holiday's been a part of Face Value with Bill DeMott. And as you can see, Bill is enjoying David's presence over here. He's laughing. He's enjoying every minute of this. That's a guy that likes being around David Holiday. Yeah. That's a guy that enjoys his. He knows that David Holiday took time out of his busy schedule. He works 15 hours a day. That's legit. And he's there with Bill and myself.
Didn't Bill at some point confront David on David bashing the wrestling community? Did not that happen at some point?
Hey, hold on. This is JC Farina. Hey, Paul Roma. Yeah, Paul Roma pulled up some footage. JC, you were attacked in New York City by somebody random. Look at this way, Rick Moranis. Right, Rick Moranis, guys. The guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kid and the Ghostbusters, he was attacked randomly by an assailant. That's absolutely right. Absolutely. And Andy, jealousy will get you nowhere, my friend. This is all natural. All natural. Even at my age, guys, all natural. You can never get something like this, Andy Nichols.
Might be onto something, Andy.
No, and that's maybe why you like Howard Collado, because you're both bald. Nothing wrong with bald people. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Not bald. I have a mohawk, actually. Let's be correct.
You're ruining Bill's dinner. Come on. He's out. He's a holiday guy. Bottom line, he's a holiday guy. That's it.
I'm still going to give love to Bill. That's all.
He's not going to give it back to you.
That's okay. That's all right. I've been in those kind of relationships. It's probably not the healthiest thing, but I'm still going to give Bill.
Look at Fine Klein over there. Let's not ignore that. Look at that.
Jeez. Wow.
That's incredible right there.
Yeah, Miami Vice was calling that day, too.
Guys and gals, I know how to preserve myself really well. This is more footage over here, guys. It's also breaking the ice with Glacier Ray Lloyd, somebody that Howard used to know, but doesn't anymore. And look what Ray Lloyd and I are doing now, guys and gals. Look what we're doing. I want to pull this up right here. It's live. This happened last week. It's a brand new segment that I've debuted with Ray and myself. This is December the 22nd, last Tuesday, as I mentioned. I'm going to pull up some footage. Ray Lloyd and I are hanging out, and we are watching, as you can see, Gremlins. We are watching Gremlins, guys and gals. You know why? Because that's what we do. We talk about movies. We bring you in. You guys had a great time. We didn't need Howard Collado for that show either. We had Ray Lloyd and myself talking Lost Boys, and we were talking about Karate Kid. This is the part where Mr. Miyagi should have actually been sentenced for life for beating up some minors. That's what he did. Mr. Miyagi had no shame in attacking a bunch of minors. This is the part right over here, Howard. I don't know if you can see this. Miyagi in the background is jumping to the aid of Daniel LaRusso, but in turn is actually assaulting minors. That's not something I would commend. I wouldn't applaud that at all.
Well, it's self-defense. I mean,
self-defense.
David,
the guy leaped out. He jumped over a fence and nobody asked him to. That's self-defense.
I was kind of outnumbered as well. Okay, David and that assailant and versus me. That's 2-1 odds right there. Okay, yeah. So I was.
I name drop Gus. I name drop Ghostbusters. Yes, you're right. Wrestling and Ghostbusters is nothing better. You're right about that, Gus. Bill Lacey DeMott is awesome, Mindy. You're right. And Holiday is a loving soul that doesn't have time for the unhinged nonsense of a hardcore madman. In 2020, Mr. Miyagi would have been thrown in jail for life. Thank you. JC, logical guy you are. Go ahead, Howard. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. In the South, I think they would disagree with you. That's called self-defense right there. Okay?
Self-defense.
That's what Mr. Miyagi was doing. Poor Daniel couldn't defend himself. He was about to get, clobbered and getting up by all those
There's a lot in common you have with Mr. LaRusso. You guys both had some shiners in your face. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and who beat who at the end of Karate Kid Part 1? Huh? If we're going to go with that metaphor, We could go there.
This is something that Howard will dig. Howard might get a kick out of this. This shows you the love we have on all the other shows. This is Making Waves with Don and myself. Don was in a festive mood until Howard Collado showed up on the green room, and Don was texting me, telling me, this guy again, look at Don. He was ready to celebrate Christmas. Look at this. The antlers. Do you see the antlers? Is that something or what? Can you see that, Howard Collado?
No, I see it. It's very festive.
Look, he's in a festive mood. He's sitting there ready to celebrate Christmas. He's got the antlers going. This is Don Morocco, guys.
The one and only.
Waves.
Great Don.
Yeah, great. And you know what? We're watching. Mickey Doyle even was able under house arrest to be well behaved. We're watching this. Oh, I can't even look at this. Look at Mickey's hair. His hair was actually growing larger by the minute during this match.
I think it had its own gravitational pull, I think.
I would agree with you guys. This is a segment called Don's Theater that we're going to air every Thursday now. So there's some new content there that I wanted to show you guys and gals. And we already pulled up Unmasking the Truth. We pulled up Maintaining the Truth. We pulled up Making Waves. We pulled up Breaking the Ice. Guys, there's another podcast that took place this past Friday and every Friday. This is a podcast that I love, and Howard cannot make it to this podcast. No. Howard Collado, who was a mainstay during this podcast, could not make his way over because he told me he had the holidays to celebrate. Even though I showed up on Christmas Day with my own show, and I also showed up on Christmas Day later on that evening with the one and only Mike Duke the Dumpster Drosy. We played a pretty damn amazing game, and this game is called, it's the first time we unveiled it, it is called Talk Show Turnover. I'm going to show you exactly what it's all about, guys. Who played the game with Mike Drosy and myself? The one and only David Holliday played the game. Here's footage there. This is what you missed if you didn't see it. Christmas Tree Klein, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, and David Holliday all appearing one-on-one together. We're about to play a game. We are about to play a game called Talk Show Turnover, Howard Collado. And look who